Sean, speaking to you at not the easiest time for the club at the moment. I'm sure you, like many others, will have seen the statement that went out on Thursday. Can I just get sort of a temperature check of how you're feeling amongst all of this? That's, with the news coming out about how the club's doing financially.
Obviously behind the scenes, Robbie, I've been having to work under certain restraints and deal with certain things that the fans wouldn't know about. The statement that came out Thursday, it's to the point where, like, as a manager, coming in as my first job, you sort of want to focus on the football, and you want to get on the grass, coach. You want to improve players because we've got a young squad, which is massive for me, which is what I love to do. But part and parcel of that now, which I have to stand up and own, is I have to deal with the outside of the football, which is the budget, the money, trying to manage a budget, after it's been reduced since I took the role, which has been tough. But the news Thursday, I think Dave Frost has done a fantastic job. With him resigning and Andrew coming in, it's we're at a point now where, I know what I've got to work with. I'd like some more, which every manager will tell you they want.
Course, yeah.
I think with the area that we're in, with the size of the crowds that we get, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for someone to come and invest into the club, which I think after Dave resigned through the week, I think with what's going on at the club, it's a club that's unbelievable in my eyes. It's got so much going for it. I think it's an unbelievable proposition for someone to come in, certainly help my budget, give me a couple of more players, which will excite me. But in general, for the level that we're at, to get the crowds we're getting, to have the infrastructure we've got, to have good people working on the board, around the club, the media team like yourselves, I think it'd be a really good investment for someone who would fancy it.
Fans will see it from the perspective of, being on the outside of it. Why can't we have this player? Where's this player? Where's that player? But can you just touch on, from a management side and a footballing side, that what you've had to deal with in terms of, we've only been able to get one permanent player through the door. We're having to deal with loans, and in terms of outside of that, what you're effectively, you're working within a box, within constraints, and how is that impacting you in terms of, when you're here at the club and also away from it, dealing with that, having your phone blowing up constantly and all this sort of stuff,
It's been tough, Robbie, because I can see areas, and I think we're probably 2 or 3 players short of being a really good side. I think we've got a good side. I think we need to add to it. But when you can't physically do that because of the restraints that I'm under, we've got a young squad. We've got a lot of talent in the squad. So to not be able to go and contract a player, for instance, I've had 4 of my players have 7 days put in on them in the last week. So if them players decide to leave, don't like me, don't like the club, they could go and earn probably a few shilling more somewhere else, which is what I've had to deal with. They're conversations that I've had to have daily with players that I like, players that have given me everything, players that I want to keep, a few of them that I want to put on a contract so we don't lose them for nothing.
Yep.
But when you can't, it's frustrating. As I say, going out and being able to sign a player, since I come in, I've had to cut my budget by, I think, 20%, 25% maybe, which has been tough. So for me to go and sign a player, one would have to leave. And I'd only go and sign a player if he improved the 11. So, and I know I've got good players, but like I said, I honestly think we're 2 or 3 away from being a really, really good side. We've got a great group of lads, and I really believe that good characters, which is massive for me, first thing to look at is what you like as a lad. We've got a really good set of lads who want to do well. Now, as I say, a little tiny bit of outside investment to come in and help me would be ideal. And I think it'd kick us on, certainly this season, to a position of safety. And then going into next season, if you get a little bit of investment, you look at the league. Anyone can beat anyone. I'm confident in my own ability. I've played football for a number of years. I think I know how I see the game. I know how I want my team to play. I think I've looked at this league now for a little bit, and I think I know what needs to be done. But you need that little bit of investment that you can go and sign 2 or 3 good players at the level that will get you to where you want to be.
When you don't have that in the situation where we are now, it's about small margins, small gains in other areas. And you mentioned the character of the group. They've been training today. Obviously, game's been called off. They've been training today in, below freezing conditions, and they're all back at the clubhouse now as we're recording this, and they're all buzzing, they're all playing pool. Everyone's got a smile on their face. Is that testament to the group of lads that we've got in here now and the characters that you've managed to keep around the building? And that's, if we've not got the room to invest and bring people in, those are the fine margins, those are the percentages that will get us results eventually from the buy-in from everybody.
Exactly that. Certainly in my career, I thought if you have that camaraderie, that togetherness as a squad, that could equate to 12, 15 points a season, just having that togetherness. And it doesn't take much. As I say, we had a fun session today, really fun indoors, 5-a-side. Made it dead fun for the lads, and then I said, let's go back to the club, let the fans come, everyone be together, we'll have a couple of beers, we'll have a game of poker, whatever floats anyone's boat, and they're all in there having a laugh, which is what I want. That's what that makes me happy as a manager. I've obviously got Adam in there, and I have to touch on Adam because the reason for bringing him, and you know yourself, Robbie, he's such.
Oh, I know it myself.
He's such a character, and he's a lovable rogue. He really is. You cannot help but like him. And as I say, that was the big reason for me bringing him in as my number 2. He's infectious, and people buy into that. So he's like, I'll just like a Duracell bunny where it winds him up, put him in the bar, give him 20 minutes. No, but he's been unbelievable for me, and he's also a top coach, which has helped me a little bit, take a little step back from the coaching and being able to manage some of the stuff I've had to manage behind the scenes, which the fans haven't been probably aware of. But I've got touch on Ross Hibbert as well, Carl Garner. I speak to Carl, every hour of every day nearly. He's a unbelievable fella who just wants this club to be successful, and his drive to want the club to be successful is driving me even more. And he probably doesn't know that.
He does now.
He does now. But as I say, fantastic people around the place. An opportunity for people to come in and invest in a fantastic football club with an unbelievable fan base, the best at this level in my opinion. And it'll help me go and sign a couple of players that'll push us on, and hopefully, certainly in the next year or 2, gain hopefully a promotion from this league.
Well, let's just focus where we are now, because we've got to face the facts. There was so much talk, a lot of it from myself, about where the club were going to go this season. But The reality is, we're 18th. We're in a relegation dogfight. Let's not beat around the bush. What can we do now as a community, as fans, to reach that target of survival and push on? Essentially, use this as a message to the fans, like, because people will say what they want on social media after we lose games, whatever, but we need to be in this together as a group. Is that the overall message? The only way that we can get out of this?
It is, Robbie, and that as I say, that's a big thing for me. Everyone being together, fans, they're all invited today. To media team, coaching staff, players, physios, goalkeeping coach, everyone, and we have to be united as one, and that's the only way of success at any level, not just our level, Premier League level, League 2, League 1, any level. You have to be united as a, including the board in that. They have to be united, which is massive. They have to be together. They have to all be driven to want the club to succeed, on top of myself. And if you align all them things, in my opinion, if I do my job correct, sign the right players, get the right recruitment in, the club is only destined to go one way. Now, we haven't probably hit the heights that we all thought we might this season. The league is strange, by the way, in that sense.
It's bizarre. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Carl mentioned it, but if you look at Lancaster,
yeah,
he did mention it.
Did,
in the league above.
We'd be ninth.
We'd be ninth in the league above, which is ridiculous. Now we have to somehow fathom a run of results that get us certainly to a position of safety, and then we can assess it then. But this isn't going to be a short-term fix. This club needs a bit of stability. It needs people to be united. And if that all aligns, as I say, I can only see success for it. But it might mean, which has been certainly the last month or so, a little bit of short-term pain, having to deal with things that I've had to deal with. Carl, the board also, for long-term gain, which I believe in the next, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years could be a promotion. But I can't emphasise enough, it's not going to be a short-term fix. You know, we need a little bit of help, investment, and I need to add to the group what we've got, although I fully trust in the group. I think they need a little bit of help in certain areas, which I'll try my best to give them. But trying my best to give them that, working under the restraints I've been working with, has been tough. No, I'd love to go and sign 3 or 4 top players for the level, because I believe that'll take us into the playoffs this season, believe it or not. But at the minute, that isn't possible. So I'm working with what I'm working with, and I have to get on with it. I'm still enjoying it. I love it. I love being here. I love the people. I love the fans. I love everything around the place, and I'm driven to be successful.
Thank you for your time, Sean.
Cheers, Robbie. Thank you.